Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw, and if you are watching this video, that means you want to take a look at every card that is coming in the Deluxe Pack EX. There will be spoilers in here, you will find out what the crown rare is and all that stuff, so if you're not interested, don't click on me. I tried to make it clear before the video, but here we go. Every single card that you could obtain in this new set, and I do think a few things about this are really interesting. Okay, so let's start with the fact that this set is 379 cards for a mini set. I mean, there are a lot of cards in this thing, so essentially every single line that they have an EX that they are giving you, which is every single EX, by the way, that has been in the game up to Wisdom of the Sky and Sea, so it does not have the most recent Secluded Springs, but everything else, every other EX that's in the game has a full line. Not only that, you also have these foil cards. I think that's kind of what they're calling them. Foil or shiny or something like that. What does PokemonZone.com call them? They call them, yeah, foil counterparts. So all diamond, 2 diamond, and 3 diamond cards will have a foil counterpart. So Kakuna will have the base Kakuna and the foil. Not just the foil, they have the base and the foil. And that goes for all of these cards, again, except for like the 4 diamonds, which they only have that version of. So every single EX, Venusaur EX, Beedrill, Exeggutor, Yanmega, Shuckle, Celebi, on and on and on. You will be able to get all of them in this set. This is an amazing set for players who were not here from the start of the game, and it's got some really cool stuff for collectors. But man, this is going to be a difficult set to get everything inside, and there's some really cool stuff inside this set. I could go on, as you could see, about all the foil cards that are here and all of the EXs that are here. So many of these are not super meta, but again, if you're trying to collect a lot of these cards, this would be a great time to do it. Really interesting to see things like, you know, Froakie. We will now have like 8 versions of so many of these cards, right? We now have a foil version of this Magneton, which I think is important, but let's take a look at some of the art that is going to be in this set. And again, with 379 cards, was it 379? Yeah, 379 cards in this set, and you're only pulling 4 cards a pack. It's going to be hard to get a lot of this. Interestingly enough, they've almost completely pulled shinies out of this pack, except for 2 shinies. And I think it's so funny, the 2 shinies that they are. Let's just start taking a look at some of this art, because it's very, very cool. And I haven't looked at all of it in depth. I wanted to kind of wait for this video right here. But let's take a look at some of the art in this set. Oh, before that, interestingly enough, they also, you know, have some other cards that are just very meta in this set, right? So you have things like Silvally is in this set, Celesteela is in this set. So this is really like the best of the entire year. It's almost like the best of everything they have released in this game. There are a few notable exceptions, right? But in general, this is like all of the best stuff that they have had in this game. Even moving into some of their trainer cards, they have things like Elemental Switch, Rare Candy, Comms, Cord, Cape, Rocky Helm. The supporters, they have Cyrus, so if you don't have a full art, you can now have a foil Cyrus, Erica, Irida, Lyra, Giovanni. Interestingly enough, like pack points could be pretty decent for this set as far as like making some of these 2-star supports. Like this is a great set for new players to hop into and just start getting like all these things that have been meta for an entire year, right? Let's start taking a look at some of the art here. One of the pieces of art is the Florgato Stage 1. Interestingly enough, Florgato does make its way into a lot of Meowscarada decks, so this is kind of cool that we now have all 3 stages of that line. The basic stage 1 and 2, all with a cool piece of art. Frustrating that you only get one of the Sprigatitos, right? Or is that right? Was Sprigatito promo? Now I don't remember. I feel like it was. You still only get one of the promo Sprigatitos, right? Next, we have an interesting one, Crawdaunt, receiving some art. So this is like one of those cards that I feel like was always close to being something kind of playable. I'm surprised that we're seeing sort of a full art version of it, but here we have it. 1-star Crawdaunt with Unruly Claw. Looks pretty cool. This is obviously one of the big cards that they revealed early on and is going to be a huge chase card for the set. Luckily, it's only a 1-star, so you have a decent shot at getting this one, right? This is Greninja. Not surprising. This has been a meta card. Gardevoir also definitely had its time in the meta, and I think there is another meta that could be pretty good for it at some point as well. So you get new art for Guardy, a card that's never had really cool art attached to it, so that's exciting. Moving on, Sweets Relay actually getting some love as Slurpuff gets its own art, which I do think is pretty cool. Slurpuff being one of the strongest thing in Sweets Relay, right? If you hit with Sweets Relay the turn before, now you're swinging for 90 damage with Slurpuff. A really solid card here. Farfetch'd was like early Pokemon Pocket, like meta royalty, 1 colorless for 40 damage. You could throw it into a lot of different decks. Farfetch'd was really good early. It's a bummer that it's not really great now, but it is cool to see this card get some love. And you know what? It one-shots baby Pokemon, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the meta, right? Now we can start taking a look at, oh, did I skip a few? No. Now we can start taking a look at some of the 2-stars here. These are sick. They're so good, and man, if you have a certain one you're hunting for, you are in some trouble with this set. Because there's so many that are so good. Like Buzzwole looks incredible. There are a few I love. There's Char. This is the Crimson Storm version of Charizard. This is not Stoke Charizard, right? So Char's in the set. You know what? I didn't notice. Do they have both Chars in this set? I have to assume they do, right? I gotta assume they have like both of like some of these things. Yeah, they have both Chars. That's what I thought. I actually just it didn't clock to me. I figured that they had to because they have all of the EXs, but they have both of the Chars. And we're gonna get to the real chase cards here in just a sec, guys. But let's take a look at some of these. Ho-Oh looks amazing. I mean, the art on this is so good. Palkia, so dang good. The only disappointing thing for me is like, you're not going to be able to get much of this. Like 2 stars, extremely rare. So there are so many of them and they're so dang cool. I mean, you just hope you don't pull like one that you're not interested in at all, right? Because you might not get too many of these and they're really, really good. Really beautiful art. Lunala looks incredible. Dialga looking pretty sick here. Solgaleo. Not my favorite Solgaleo, to be fair. I think there are a couple other better Solgaleos. Eevee looks great. Speaking of Eevee, I have something more to show you with that here very, very soon. Lugia looks great. The card is not very good, but dang, it looks fantastic. And we're going to continue on. We have Arceus, and now we're moving into the real chase cards of the set, in my opinion. So we have Professor's Research. This is, outside of the Crown Rare, the card of the entire set. I assume you're going to be saving up your pack points for either your Crown Rare or Professor's Research. It is a card that will probably go into every single deck that exists for at least for the foreseeable future. I can't imagine they make something better. So Professor's Research is unbelievable, and it's one of the chase cards. We actually have Lily as a 2-star. Really good card. Stage 2 Pokemon, heal 60. Very powerful. We obviously had Lily as an immersive, so a lot of people may already have a great version of that. We also have Lusamine, cool different version of a Lusamine, so I kind of love that they went with a very different vibe from the other Lusamine here, as well as a different vibe for the Lily. I think that's awesome. So the supporters that you were looking for in this set, Professors, Lily, Lusamine. We have our immersive, which is Pikachu EX. I did get to see like an image, like a leaked image of the version of this. I don't want to spoil it for you. You're seeing the card here, but it's pretty dang cool, I have to say. It's really cool what they do with it. And it celebrates the entire year of Pocket. And now your 2 shinies. Can you believe it? It's Darkrai, Giratina are your shiny Pokemon in this set. Darktina. Somehow they decided to make it those two. And well, okay, I guess it's fair. Finally, the Crown Rare, you know, someone mentioned this on a video of mine. I realized like, oh man, this is the Crown Rare. Of course it is. It's the most Crown Rare you could possibly have in some ways. It is the Crown Rare candy. Insanely useful card, played in so many decks. The tough thing about this set is, meta-wise, especially with the new set coming out, you're not going to be seeing like a ton of... You're not going to be opening this set, I guess I should say, to build out any more meta decks if you've been playing this game for a while. So this set is truly here for collectors and players who have missed something. And for people who are looking to build powerful decks and have been playing for a while, this is one of those sets that you don't, of course, want to, because look how dang cool it is, but you might just daily pack it and skip it entirely and save your hourglasses up for the next big mega set. I mean, I could easily see something like that happening, right? There are a couple of promo cards that are coming in this set, so I should mention those before we leave. These are kind of the only new cards that are going to be coming to Pocket during this this time, right? So we have EVEX that is getting this rainbow border here, which looks really beautiful. We also have, we have Absol, which is going to be the same. We have Shaman, which is going to be the same. We have Reggie Gygas, which is going to be the same. The only new cards, I believe, are going to be Pikachu, Raichu, and Machamp. Those are the only new ones. We also have like a promo Entei here. So Pikachu, flip a coin. If heads, it does 30 more damage on 2 energy. We have the Raichu EX that we talked about, 3 energy for Volt Tackle. You know, it's there to kind of one-shot, I feel like, Suicune and stuff like that. We have Machamp, Hurricane Punch, 3 fighting energy to flip 4 coins, doing 50 damage for each heads. Sounds terrible, unfortunately. And then we do have like a Mimikyu, but we already have a version of this Mimikyu, just some cute art for it. That's the set. This is the set that is between now and Megas. I have to say, there are parts of it that I think are amazing. Like, I can't wait to open some of these packs because the art is fantastic. And I do think for players catching up, it's really cool. For someone like me who's been with the game the entire time, like, the thought of another month of the same meta does not really excite me at all. The thought of no event really that we know about for the entire month doesn't really excite me at all. And yeah, just the thought that we don't have really anything new for a while. I think this will probably be the lightest month in Pocket interest from like a content standpoint, and just like master, like people hitting masters and stuff. Like I do think this will be probably one of the weaker months for that. Maybe that's the intent, you know, to really like have everything chill before a huge release with the megas in the next set. But I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know, what's your favorite piece of art? By the way, I have a few that are like really high on my list. Obviously, I really want the rare candy and Professor's Research, but some of these I think are nuts. Like the Ho-Oh I think looks insanely good. Same thing with like the Palkia, Lugia. I think Arceus looks amazing. But let me know your favorites in the comments. Let me know what you think of this new set. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you. I'll see you all very soon. We did it.